This is a cookbook my grandma lent me when I came to visit her in the summer. The book originally belonged to my great-great-uncle's first wife in the 1940s, but it was published in 1895 and so possibly belonged to her mum. The recipes in this book are probably more than 150 years old, so the units of measurement and some of the ingredients are different to modern recipes. It also doesn't give oven temperatures, only slow, moderate and fast oven directions. This is a recipe for a chocolate sponge. Coombs Eureka flour stumped us for a while, so we had to look it up. We discovered that Coombs Eureka flour had a secret ingredient that was possibly baking powder, so we decided this was close to today's self-raising flour. We also thought it was highly unusual to add corn flour to a chocolate sponge. We set our scales to measure in ounces instead of grams. It was really hard to mix, so I cheated and used an electric Wilkinson, but Mrs. Wilkinson wouldn't have had one of these in the 1800s. It was yummy. The next recipe I tried was gingerbread. This recipe measures milk in gills. When we looked this up, we learned that a gill is a quarter of a pint and we needed an eighth of a pint of milk. The recipe asked for 1 ounce of ground ginger. I think it needs a little less because when we tasted it, the gingerbread was too gingery for both me and my sister, but Mum and Dad liked it. The final recipe I tried was shortbread. After I washed my hands, I cut the butter and measured both types of flour. We didn't have rice flour, but we did have some gluten-free flour which had rice flour in it. Then we finally added the caster sugar and put them in a big bowl. We rubbed the butter into the flour and sugar. It was very hard work, but I did it in the end with my mum's help. Once we had kneaded the dough into a stiff paste, we rolled it out on a slightly floured surface to a 1/2-inch thickness. We cut it into different shapes. With the leftover dough, I made a Blue Peter badge-shaped biscuit and one with BP on it. The recipe didn't tell us how long to cook them, so we checked after 15 minutes and they looked pale brown, so they were ready. Finally, we dusted them with caster sugar and cleaned up. I've really enjoyed finding recipes from a treasured family cookbook. Next, I'm going to try a Madeira cake for my birthday and some drop cakes.